All right, folks, I have a pretty interesting vehicle here for the right person. This is a 2004 Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer, and it's got super high mileage. So what's good about that is, for the right person that doesn't mind mileage like myself, you get yourself a nice cheap car. Oh, let's fix this. Liftgate ajar. Let's go to mileage. Well, here, I'll show it to you later, but it's got 286,054 miles or something like that on it. This truck, I have to tell you, is interesting. It's got every option in the world you could possibly imagine. That's the whole point of an Eddie Bauer, including the third row seats. So this is a 7-passenger Explorer. As you can see, you know, obviously the lift gate's open, but there's no check engine lights, but it does have an ABS light. So it does need, I believe it's the right front wheel sensor. Other than that, this thing is like really terrific in the way it runs. I've actually driven it probably about 100 miles and it does run really good. Like I said, it's got every option in the world, but let me go over the basics with you so you know. There's your right rear window, right front. We'll swing her on around here. There's your left rear. Maybe I'll have to check the switch back there. Obviously the driver's auto down works perfectly as it should. Obviously a 286,000 mile vehicle, you can't expect perfection, but this one's pretty darn nice. Right front heated mirror works. Or I'm sorry, left front heated mirror. This is your right front heated mirror. It works exactly as it should. Horn, no problem. Windshield wipers, obviously they work. Now let's see what else. Ooh, let's check out the radio. Ooh, this is a 6-disc in-dash CD changer too. Oh, there's no CDs in there. Let's tune it into a nice FM station here.
Rusher, there's unbelievable.
And we'll tune her down to something I like to listen to.
Somebody's gonna come undone. There's nothing we can do.
Obviously that works. Yeah, oh, automatic climate control. It's got cold air conditioning. Let's see if I can put that on. I'll turn that. Oh, the heated seat works because apparently it's on right now. It's a little chilly out today, so I really don't mind having that on. But I do want to check the air conditioner for you guys, just to make sure I'm not full of baloney. I know it works because I drove and I just realized I had it set. So yeah, you does. Boy, that's good English. It does have good ice cold air. Yeah, I can feel it coming out right now. Nice. Oh, I just figured out how to check the mileage. Here you go. I just hit the button and it worked. 286,032 miles. Let's see. It's got cruise control. It's got everything on the steering wheel. There's your cruise control. It's got the radio controls, electronic climate control. It's got, oh, sunroof. Here's your power moonroof, sunroof, whatever you want to call it. Tilt and slide. There you go. It's got home link transmitter. Oh, it's got rear heat and air conditioning, especially if you're carrying kids. That's always important. I can turn this off. I'm freezing. Let's see, your power points. It's actually in remarkable condition, inside and out. I can't even believe what nice shape this thing is in. Oh, it's got everything. The remote keyless entry with the memory seats, you know, for 2 drivers. I mean, this thing is just unbelievable. But I'm telling you, if you drove this home and you said, oh, I just bought a new car, your neighbors or whoever, your friends would never, ever in a million years guess the mileage on this. They'd be like, oh, was that thing got like 80,000 miles on it? Look, it's got the nice winter mats in here. All right, here's your power seat. Forwards, backwards, down, up. Everything works on that. Oh, it's got the backup sensors. I'll show you when we get around back. I mean, like I said, this is an Eddie Bauer, so it's got everything. Oh, about the only really wear and tear you see on the inside is right here on the seat. It's still very firm, very supportive, especially the back. You know, but I gotta tell you, for the mileage, it's like has no wear and tear whatsoever. There's your heated seat gizmo there. All right, let's go around. Let's check left front tire. I got my handy dandy gizmo here. I can tell you what the tread depth is. So we'll go right here. Yeah, 9/32, and you know, typical tires like these have between 12 and 15 for a light truck tire. So that left front one is in pretty good condition. Let's see what the rear says. And the rear is about, I'm going to say 6/32, so they're not quite as good, but that's okay. It still has at least half the tread left. All right, let's check this side out. Looks like these are matching tires too. And that one looks like about 9:30 seconds. Let me do that again. That didn't feel right. Oh, I'm glad I did. Yeah, that one's about 6:30 seconds, which makes sense. The two rear tires match. And let's see what the front one. And that one's 9. Okay, so that's perfect. Your two front tires are 9:30 seconds. Your two rear tires are 6:30 seconds. So they still all have plenty of tread on them. They're on the aluminum alloy wheels. I don't know, a little bit of corrosion on there. That's kind of weird. You don't see that very often, but it's got it. But look at this thing. I mean, look at right front fender. I mean, it's got a couple little dings right here, which are hardly noticeable, especially on a white car. Obviously, it's a two-tone. You got the tan trim, you know, to match the interior. It's really a pretty truck. It's got the nice color-coded, molded, whatever you call those, step thingy, whatchamacallits. You think I'd know this stuff being in this business this long, but whatever. I get a brain fart just like everybody else. Here's your interior. Like I said, super, super clean. I mean, look at this passenger seat. That is absolutely gorgeous. You can see everything else. Oh, look at power seat on this side too. It's an Eddie Bauer. Forwards, backwards, down, up. So there you go. You got a nice power seat. Let's check out the headliner. Oh yeah, obviously here, check this out. God, that's important to me. I hate a sunroof, so there you go. And as you can see, all the way into the back. The headliner's nice and clean. Here's your door jamb. And look at that, not a speck of rust or corrosion on this thing. Now let me do your roof for you. See, it's got the full roof rack with the crossbars. Sorry about the pollen dust on these things. I mean, you clean them and then like less than a day later, they're coated in yellow. It's that time of the year. Look at this back seat. This is like crazy, ridiculously clean. I don't even know if they ever had a family in here or not, but I gotta tell you, this is just remarkably clean. There's your second or your third row, excuse me. Beautiful, nice clean leather. Here's your right rear door jamb. I mean, look at that. That's a good sign to me. See that? That is grease that somebody sprayed on there. That means that this vehicle was well maintained, which that's the only reason a vehicle like this can go as this many mileage and run as good as it does. Here we go. See, very nice, very clean. All right, right rear quarter panel. It's got the deep tinted glass, obviously. Beautiful condition. Coming around to the back. Here's, let's see, you see those little gizmos there, those little things? That's your backup sensor. And you can see the rear bumper's not all beat up, which it shouldn't be. If you got backup sensors, I gotta figure, you're not gonna be backing into crap, right? Unless somebody hits you, of course. This looks like it's got a Class 2 hitch, you know, a little weight distributing hitch platform. Let's take a look-see underneath. There's your spare tire. All right, now this is really cool. All right, look at this. You even got a door lock back here. All right, you got your little, just a little tiny storage area. That's if you have a bunch of people in there. But you fold that down, and now you have all kinds of room back here. And what's even better, see 1, 2, and 3. Those seats are individually. They can fold down. So if you, let's just say you got something really long, you fold the middle seat down. You can still carry 4 people and a bunch of 2x4s. There's your tools and everything that you need for your spare tire. There's a little hole how to get it down. All right, so that's all present and accounted for. Check out the jamb for the rear hatch. Again, sorry for the dirt. That's just this time of year, or the pollen. Let's check the hatch out. Yeah, usually if there's going to be a rust or corrosion issue, it's going to be right in here, but this looks pretty clean. All right, we'll close this up. Oh, typical Ford, just so you know, it does have the crack. If any of you know anything about the Fords or the Mercurys, if you look at any of the 03, 4, 5, I think, I bet you 90% of them have that crack there. They actually make a kit for repairing that. So you can get that right on the internet for like 60 bucks, I think, and you can cover that up. Or replace that panel, whatever it is. But I don't know what it is. It was just a really bad design, I guess, by Ford. Rear window defogger, rear window wiper, washer, of course. You go Explorer Eddie Bauer. All right, moving around to the left side. A little scratch there, no big deal. Probably a little touch of paint would make that look a little better. It's really not that bad. All right, let's check out the roof on this side. There you go, except for the little yellow tinge. All right, let's open it up on this side. And again, obviously just what you would expect from seeing the other side. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's clean. I'd have no problem putting my family in this. Not any whatsoever. There's your vents for the rear heat and air conditioning. And of course you got them there too with your own adjustment back here. All right, here is your door jamb. Here's your door frame. Once again, child safety lock right there, in case any of you were wondering. Right, that door looks pretty nice. Doesn't look like any dings, any nicks, no scratches. Driver's door, no dings, no nicks. It's got the keypad here. Now I'm just going to tell you guys, I have no idea what the code is, but it's not a big deal to go to a Ford dealer. And actually what I would recommend, the easiest and cheapest way to get those codes, and I've always found this out, is you bring your vehicle in for an oil change. You're going to have to do that sooner or later anyway. So bring it in for an oil change to the Ford dealer and just say to the service writer, oh, hey, by the way, when you're changing the oil, could you get me the entry code for that? Otherwise, they might charge you like $100 or something to do it if you just drove in there and asked them for it. This way, you get it done basically for free because they're doing the oil change. There's a little ding here on the left front fender. All right, coming around to the front. Looks very, very nice. Headlights are nice and clean. I don't know if they've been replaced or cleared or whatever, but beautiful. As you can see, fog lights, all intact. This is one good sign too of a well taken care of vehicle. It doesn't have a crap beat out of it underneath it. The bumper, I mean, let's take a look, see, underneath. There you go. There you go. Okay, now one of Ford's better engines is the 4-liter straight six, and that's what this baby's got. Gives you plenty of power. It's a decent sized 6-cylinder engine. You're not going to get great gas mileage out of any of these SUVs. I don't care what make, model, brand, whatever it is. They're all going to kind of suck on gas. But this one's got the 4-liter, which I think is a great engine, in my opinion. Plenty powerful, but yet you get, for an SUV of this size, you get some decent gas mileage. All right. Coming around this side, you can hear it's very quiet. Now, I don't know how to rev this thing up without getting my hand stuck in a fan belt, which I don't want to do because a friend of mine got his hand stuck in one very recently and lost the tip of his finger. So I'm not going to be monkeying around in there. If I don't see it, it's not obvious where the accelerator cable is, I'm not messing with it. Long story short is, I don't hear any valve train noise. When I've revved it, I don't hear any high rev knocks. Obviously, you're welcome to come down and, you know, check it out for yourself. All right, here's underneath. There you go. Oh, apparently this has a remote start system. I just saw the warning label in it. I don't know anything about that. It's got the factory remote. I don't even have an extra remote, so not quite sure how that works, but you can bring it to an electronic shop if you want, or if you're clever, you figure it out. But as you can see, it's a super nice looking vehicle. Very clean, very well maintained, even has a good New Jersey State inspection sticker until October of this year. But all of that really doesn't matter, I don't think, unless it runs really good. And that's what I'm going to show you guys next. We're going to take this baby for a ride. Alrighty, folks, here we go. We're going to take it for a spin. One of the first things I always like to do whenever I do one of these videos is I've had the vehicle idling and running. You saw it start. It was ice cold. This thing probably hadn't been running a week. Well, maybe a few days anyway, since it was parked here. And it started right up when it was cold. But now I want to show you that after it's had a chance to warm up, she starts right up as well. Oh, here's something I forgot about. See that little 4x4 blinky light? Don't have a clue why it does that. All I know is the 4-wheel drive does work. And I will demonstrate that for you as well. All right. This is actually all-wheel drive, meaning it's 4x4, as you can see, auto right there. So just want you to see that. I mean, it comes and goes, so. All right, we'll take this for a spin now, out on the highway. And I'll let you know if I hear anything unusual or something else I may have forgotten. Big truck go by, here we go. All right. And there you see, through all the gears, 55 miles an hour, no issues. All right, I do hear, I believe it's in the rear, there is a slight bearing noise. Wheel bearing would be my guess, because it changes when you shift like that. When you change direction, it tells you it's a bearing. So I'm guessing, I think it's in the rear, but it could be in the front. But it's not really bad yet, because it's not that loud. I drove one the other day, you couldn't miss that for a second. Again, not a big deal, especially if you're clever with tools. You know, pretty much anybody can change a wheel bearing. But that'll be up to you, again, if you want to do that. Honestly, the way it is right now, I would not be afraid to drive this almost anywhere. I don't know if I'd go to California with this. You know, 3,000 miles is pretty far. But I certainly wouldn't be afraid to drive it 1,000 miles to get it home. Personally, that's just me. I have pretty high tolerance for this kind of stuff. So, but like I said, just a couple minor little things wrong with this baby, and you can get yourself one heck of a nice, cheap Explorer, let me tell you. As you can see, 60 miles an hour, no problem. Yeah, it's the only thing I hear. A little bit of road noise, and like I said, yeah, it's definitely a bearing. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's in the rear, but fix that baby up. This thing will be quiet as a mouse, probably. All right, next thing I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to do a little brake test. Obviously, the ABS is probably not going to work because it needs that sensor, but I'll at least show you that the brakes work well, so you feel at least, you know, safe driving home. So one thing about ABS, when the light's on, it just means the ABS doesn't work. It means your brakes are fine. I'll pull the camera back, because what I'm going to do is pull it into this lot, let go of the steering wheel, and all right, good. It did stop very well. The brakes feel good. They don't pulsate. There's no vibration. Stop the vehicle quickly and safely, so that's a really good sign. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is demonstrate the four-wheel drive to you guys. And it's kind of a crude way I do it, but it's the best I got. So, and I don't, you know, I mean, you can figure out how to do it on your own, but here's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm on an uphill. I'm going to say about a 20% upgrade. I hate that I'm going to do this because it's going to spit rocks out. But I just braked all this out. Okay, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll the window down. And what I'm going to do is slam on the gas, and what you want to hear is you want to see that we move number one. That's most important. In other words, if this were a two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive Explorer, and I slammed on the gas like I'm going to, all it would do is spit gravel out from the rear wheels and it wouldn't go anywhere. All right, so this will be our first demonstration right here. Here we go. And as you can see, it's pulling up. I can hear the gravel coming out from front and back, and we moved no problem. All right. Now, you hit this button here, 4x4 high, and as you can see, 4x4 high light comes on. All right, we're going to do the same thing, and it should pull without hardly spitting any gravel out. All right, so here we go. And there you go. Yeah, look at that. No gravel whatsoever coming out. Moves right up to the top of the driveway, no problem. So that's your four-wheel drive high. Let's see if the 4x4 low works. Oh, you know what? I think I found the problem of your four-wheel drive. I think it's in your switch here. Yep, there we go. I just turned it off. It's back on auto. 4x4 high. All right, good. So at least you have four-wheel drive high, no problem, and it's auto four-wheel drive. So the 4x4 low, the only reason I can figure that's not working is the switch. Again, we're talking about an 11-year-old, 260,000 or whatever, 86,000 mile Explorer. It's not going to be perfect. I never say that. So please don't come expecting a perfect vehicle. Honestly, for the mileage and everything, this thing's fantastic. For the price I'm going to sell it for, it's fantastic. But it's not a new vehicle. So please don't come here thinking you're getting a brand new Explorer. Let me put it this way. If this were a 2004 Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer with, say, 140 or 130, 120,000 miles, whatever you would expect on a vehicle of this age, the price on this thing would probably be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Okay, but because it's got a couple of minor issues and because it's got the kind of high mileage, I'm going to be selling it for thousands less than that. All right, let's take one more walk around. It's an 04. Like I said, got pretty high mileage, but tell you what a stunner this is as far as looking at it. I kind of bought it sight unseen. I wasn't there when my nephew went and looked at it when we bought it from the dealer. And he said, oh, it's in really nice shape. I'm like, yeah, how good a shape can it be in? Well, he was right. It is in really, really nice shape. All right, so there you go, folks. If you need something that needs just a tiny, tiny little bit of work, which you don't even really need to do to drive it, but it's up to you. Inexpensive, beautiful looking, Eddie Bauer, 7-passenger, fully loaded vehicle, and you want to pay a little bit of money, this is the one for you. And as I always do, I hope this goes to a good home. Thanks.